Unheard of.
Alright, hello and welcome to Game 3 in the best of 3 between Bay of Mangoes and SML. Once again, we have the Alchemist and Crystal Maiden bans right off from these two teams. Sorry I had a theory about last game for picks.
It was not a theory, but my my conclusion was that the best mid that SML could have possibly picked instead of Silencer was Death Prophet. I felt like there was no mid they could pick that adequately countered the enemy team, so it was better to pick something that was, synergized with them, and I think DP was the best for that.
I still think Invoker would have been a nasty pick too.
Invoker would have been nasty as well. Invoker or DP, it's pretty tied depending on who the team feels more comfortable with, but an extension of that is I think a lot of heroes would have been better than Silencer. But that's last game. We're back to this game.
No spec
There and back again. Back again, there. Spec band.
I don't think you can say those words. Warlock got banned.
Spec band.
Oh no, fuck, that was Lion. Okay, so now SML or Bay of Mangoes has to pick a Lion.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Lion?
You said there and back again, and back and there and back again.
I'm referencing The Hobbit.
Oh, got it.
Ooh.
That's some
Dazzle.
really early Dazzle, especially without an Axe band, and Bay
I
of
like
Mangoes like the Axe,
I like early
clearly.
Dazzle. It's safe. Gives you sustain, gives you Q to harass potentially if someone's out of position. Grave is super relevant. I think the support is underrated.
I mean, he was picked, what, like, twice in all of TI? Including group
Not
stages?
very much. I think he's great in pubs. I think it's totally fine as the first pick.
Alright,
Maybe
well,
ban Axe if you're afraid of it, but
they do grab that Dazzle. I would be very surprised if Bay of Mangoes do not pick an Axe here, since they did just do so well with it.
I mean, I don't think the Dazzle obligates you to pick Axe, but like they have a great Axe player, so why not?
Yeah,
I think you first pick it, honestly. I think you pick it now, or you just decide you're doing something else, but I think it's totally fine to pick it now.
yeah.
All you have to do is just keep in mind that your opponents will probably counter with Ursa or something, or at least they should counter with Ursa, and then try and play around that. It's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
This is good.
So there's the Axe. Do you think Bay of Mangoes then picked the Ursa? They played it.
I think it's
2
one of the
games ago.
better heroes they can pick. I played it one game.
Yeah, Axe Ursa is just. I mean, that feels so dirty. Like,
It's definitely Ursa. Well, are you saying Ursa for Mango Bay?
yeah.
I mean, it's still good for them. I'm saying I felt like this Axe pick incentivized the Ursa pick for SML. Because it gives you something that can actually trade with Axe a little bit better. I don't think it's still great, but it's better than some other options.
Well, Bay of Mangoes do have some time
Maybe you do Drow. Drow's probably fine. You could do Drow and then the defensive support
for Bay of
does.
Mangoes.
for
Or
SML.
Okay,
Okay, I'm theory crafting the carry against this Axe.
Okay.
Right now, I'm liking Drow, actually.
Axe gets a pretty early blade most of the time. Like, I feel like.
Well, I'm talking
Drow
about the
just
laning
sort of-
phase.
Ah, okay. Then Clinks.
You could do Clinks as well. It would also be good.
So once again,
think-
Bay of Mangoes just going for the HP strat.
I like Ogre. You can pretty much put Ogre in any lane, and the Bloodlust Ignite is going to be relevant.
Yep, he's just a nice.
You could totally do
sturdy,
Ogre Axe,
stable
and it's
hero.
really hard to deal with. It's like actually a really hard lane to deal with, honestly. The only way you can capitalize on it is if Axe and Ogre position too far away from each other. As long as Mango Bay recognizes that that's the only way they lose the lane, then good luck. So that's dirty.
Alright, well, they are going to go ahead and burn in some of their bonus time in order to figure out what they want to pick up for this next grab. And it's going to be the Ancient Apparition. Interesting. So Ogre does have an HP regen talent, and so does Axe. And they're both strength heroes, but other than that...
I think this is way too early for an AA pick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like now what Mango Bay can do is they can just pick cores like Clinks and Weaver, and people who just feed on AA and Dazzle.
Mhm. Yeah, Weaver would be a fantastic pick for Bay of Mangoes right
I
here.
like Clinks more, but I mean, they're both good. They're both really good. They're both really good. It kind of doesn't even matter, but yeah, I think this this pick is very limiting for their drafts, and it gives Mango Bay a ton of advantage in this draft, I feel. Because now they have so much time, not only to pick heroes that suffer less to this AA, but also who just eat him. It's not hard to draft that way.
So SML, they don't want to play against the silencer that they just used for themselves. They don't want to put a mid again. So they're going to go ahead
I
and
agree with
discard
that. I think that's correct.
Interesting.
It's fine ban, though.
I mean, Bay of Mangoes, they get rid of the Huskar. So Huskar, like, totally a cheese draft with Dazzle, but...
I think Huskar is a next level ban that they don't need to go for at all. They already have a counter to Grave. They already have pure damage. They already have a way to deal with Huskar. Like, Axe just deals with Huskar already.
Only 10 seconds.
So I think they were just thinking next level. They're like, well, they're picking AA. That means that we can't pick AA. That means they want Huskar. But I don't think it's... I think it's a wasted ban.
And the PL ban out of SML, definitely a hero you don't want to have to play against with, like, Dazzle AA.
PL is a great ban, as is Void.
But there's so many heroes you don't want to play against with Dazzle AA being your
There's a
support
lot
duo.
of heroes you don't want to play against.
And a lot of them are in meta right now.
Duo. This support duo is very weak. You can't gank at all. You have to stay on your lanes. So it definitely... I feel like this constricts their draft so much.
And the Spectre's gone, so you can't just lose lane to win game. Well, you can,
This
but
already
it's
looks super favored for Mango Bay, honestly.
Lion.
I like that.
It's not a hero that I see picked very often, or even picked very often myself anymore.
It's
even
CC,
though I really like
it's
it.
burst, it's gank. You got gank for Ogre, you got gank for Lion. You have so much more gank on the side of Mango Bay. There's so many more combinations of people to gank.
And having that much burst makes it more difficult to get reasonable shallow graves off, regardless.
Yeah, here's the other thing. If you're Mango Bay and you're thinking about making a play, you say, well, I don't see Dazzle on the map, I don't see AA on the map. Like, maybe you're thinking something like that. It doesn't really matter. Like, maybe Dazzle's not there, or maybe Dazzle's where you're going to go and he has Grave or something. But that's like worst case scenario. Whereas SML, worst case scenario is they don't know where Ogre is, or they don't know where Lion is, or they don't know where Axe is, or they don't know where any combination of two or more of those heroes are. That's way more of a threat. But like not knowing where this Dazzle AA are, you don't really care. Because like what are they gonna do? They're just pulling for their carry or something. You either see them or they're pulling. They're not doing anything else except warding. That's it.
So another Tidehunter pickup for SML.
I don't like this Tide either. I think you're picking a core that poses no threat to get pickoffs, does nothing before 6. The only way you're going to get kills with this guy is if you scope Gush early. But the other supports don't really capitalize on that. They have to be seriously out of position for you to get the kill, and I don't think it's happening ever. I think this makes your team super cooldown dependent. You got to use Ravage early to get a kill, and then your opponent gets a tower or 2 if they're playing correctly.
I will say this feels like a very 2014 draft.
Potentially, yeah. That makes sense.
Like, I definitely remember playing against SML's draft in the past, but those heroes were a lot bigger back then. All of them were.
I pick Clinks again. This is a good Clinks game, for sure.
For Bay of Mangoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even sure what SML picks here. I'm not sure what they're supposed to pick.
They could pick
You have to
Clinks,
have,
but
at this point, you have to have a carry and mid who can both snowball. Ursa is not banned. I think you have to pick Ursa. It's good versus Lifestealer, it's good versus Axe, relatively speaking. Gives you a nuke and lane to get the enemy range creep more reliably. You can go in deeper with Dazzle's heal and Grave.
Yeah, Ursa Bear would be a really good pickup for SML.
Ursa is one of the best picks they could possibly do. I'm really hoping they're thinking about Ursa.
10 seconds to pick.
Let's see. Luna's just kind of dead now. Mirana doesn't really snowball enough.
Yeah, they're both awful here. Absolutely awful. I think you need Ursa, and then you have to think about your mid.
Ursa's definitely... I mean, between Ursa and Clinks... Yeah,
I think Ursa's better.
But...
I feel like Ursa kills people faster than Clinks does.
They could do Ursa and Clinks.
They could, but then they don't have enough control. I think that's not going to work. I think you definitely do Ursa, but then you think about your mid.
Yeah, Can't Weaver. Juggernaut's not really good here.
You need
Necro
a mid
isn't
that
good
can
enough.
actually threaten people, and people need to be scared of. That's what you have to pick. But it's not Clinks.
Is Necro is not in. Oh,
I think it's Shadow Fiend.
they're going for the Kunkka. Interesting.
Maybe not Shadow Fiend, but probably not Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I don't think I'd SF into a Lifestealer. But the Kunkka pick, I think the Kunkka pick works well for them. The boat definitely makes it a lot harder for them to get just bursted down.
Only 10 seconds.
Although at the same time, I feel like maybe I would have liked a Necro or...
I think here's my thought process.
Done.
Like, I think Kunkka, if he's responding to like a call or an initiation, his spells are just too slow, and people are gonna get bursted before it. Like, I think that's what's gonna happen more often than not. And that's assuming that Kunkka isn't the one that's being initiated on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too slow.
Yeah, what else do they get? Sniper's not really a good grab.
Sniper's not good. Sniper just gets jumped, I think, most of the time. Hypothetically, if you get to super late game, like maybe you just
Zeus? No, you
Nah.
can't Zeus into a Lifestealer.
Zeus.
Storm is already out of the pool. They took it away.
Zeus is a non-factor in this game. That'd be game losing, I think.
Invoker
still
doesn't
think he works
work.
here.
Tinker doesn't work.
Still got Ursa.
I definitely agree with the Ursa. I'm just trying to figure out the mid here. Really, Tinker?
Ursa's better than Tinker. Like, Tinker isn't amazing, but you could do it.
No, they're Kunkka's their mid, clearly.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
No,
Maybe not.
this is strange.
I was just trying to figure out what mid I would pick
Okay.
if I were an SML.
I
position.
feel like
but-
it's safe lane Viper.
I think so.
I think that's better than safe lane Kunkka. I don't know what
Mhm.
Kunkka possibly does safe lane. He doesn't pair with either of his supports well
10
at all,
seconds to
whereas Viper does. He's sustainable, he has good harass. Whenever counter heal procs, he does some damage to his opponents. Viper is way better safe lane. I really hope they do that instead.
And it's gonna be the Sniper in mid lane. So I think Kunkka versus Sniper, I feel like is.
I like the sniper pick a lot.
Yeah. Okay, it's mid
don't-
Viper and safe
They have
lane Kunkka.
very little catch. Their catch is so bad.
I feel
All
like
you have to do is get 2 force staffs. The sniper never dies.
definitely feel like Kunkka's a better matchup against Sniper than Viper, though. Like,
I don't think it matters a ton who's mid. I think Viper can still win that lane as long as he does it correctly.
all right.
If
so that's
Viper
what
is
it's gonna
Q
be.
level 1, then I think you get shrapnel. After that, you just max headshot and range, and then you never get out of position because you have a range advantage. Whenever he comes up for CS, you harass him because you have better range, and eventually you whittle him down, and he, at the very least, can't kill you.
Mhm.
But, yeah. So I think Kunkka's a worse matchup for Sniper. Kunkka's tanky. But I think this is definitely a game where, theoretically, Sniper could end the game with no deaths very easily. Because they have very little catch on the side of SML. I think their draft is very flawed, honestly.
Yeah, they do have the X, but getting close enough for that and getting it off and not being just like turned around on by the X and the Lifestealer. Yeah, it's a hard game for SML.
It's very hard. I'm not supposed to. I'm like, this is the part where like a professional caster would be like thinking of ways for them to come into the game and like trying to be optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all. I really don't think this is gonna work out.
I mean, they do have like a much earlier peak. Like if they can get up on the high ground and take at least a tower before Sniper really has any items, or if they're able to like.
But how do they do that? How do they take a tower before? How do they take a high ground tower under shrapnel in a circumstance where Axe also doesn't have blink? Because that's what has to happen. Because if you call somebody and then they get graved, you just dunk them. It doesn't even matter. And Lifestealer is infested into Axe, so Lifestealer is in there with him too. And Axe is bloodlusted, and Lifestealer is bloodlusted, and they go in with bloodlust, and Sniper is probably also bloodlusted. Lion has finger from long range because that's super long range. Like, I don't know how they win, dude.
All right, so here's
I
what
don't know.
happens. Here's what happens. Okay. AA gets a 5-man Ice Blast out of a Ravage, into double crit, double rapier Kunkka Tidebringer.
Okay, but this is this game that we're talking about. Like, you can draw on your little notepad all you want about, like, best case scenario, but if you want to play that game, that Mango Bay still wins so much harder because their best case scenario is so much easier to accomplish, and they have way more of them. I think this draft is just bad. I don't think there's many redeeming qualities at all.
We'll have to see how it plays out. They do have decent lanes this game, and in prior 2 games, like, they've had just really terrible laning heroes on the side of
Dazzle
SML,
Viper
so.
is okay. Kunkka will be fine.
They're actually switching up the positions here. Dardane's going in the safe lane this time, but
I think, yeah. Mango Bay still wins bottom, I think. The only way they lose it is if Ogre is out of position, and they kill him with Gush, I think. Gush is definitely something that you should be more willing to level up early. It's very relevant for the slow. And it's 110 damage, that's not nothing.
So Ferris and Orfeo just going to trade out a little bit with the Ignite and the right clicks, but of course with 6 base HP regen, like 6, really? 5.5 base and then half from the Enchanted Mango? God damn. Thought he was still at 4. But I guess Ogre has 6 base HP regen now.
He's a big boy, for sure.
Beefy.
Very beefy.
But so far pretty static in the lanes. Mild TS advantage. Very, very mild TS advantage going the way of SML. Now, I do definitely prefer the Kunkka here in this lane to the sniper.
I agree.
Or not to the sniper, but to the
the
Viper.
Small misplay by Texdog to back there. I think you should have attacked with this rage for sure. You get this lifestealer, you get this tide lower, you get lifesteal off of it. They got no punish because you're raged. You just purged off their spells. Small misplay.
So SML Infinity actually might go down here. There's going to be the Ignite into the Fire Blast. One final right click from Ferris.
Ogre is a baller. Nice job, Ogre. Great stuff.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised Hunter just went down so quickly.
I was surprised he died too, honestly.
I thought he was...
I thought for sure they'd have to double team him.
Quite.
Oh, but you know why they didn't? Because he was level 1, he only had Anchor Smash. Ogre wasn't hit by Anchor Smash, he's dealing magic damage. Tide is getting hit by the range creeps. He had no Stout, he had no Kraken
Are you
Shell.
sure he didn't have Kraken during that?
He didn't. I don't think he had Kraken Shell. I feel like
he had Kraken before he TP'd back. So he had Kraken at some point during that. Unless he just didn't level it.
I feel like he didn't have it.
Torrent in mid, gonna be able to get quite a bit of damage off onto Rain. Hope's actually gonna dive in, but he gets
oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, one more right click is gonna be enough. Very nice to get that headshot. Not that I didn't think the headshot mattered, like you just
headshot
said
didn't kill him, but that's a nice tip. Great job tipping your teammate. It's not how BM works, but okay.
Sure it is.
It's totally.
The target of your BM doesn't have to be the enemy.
This is the point where bottom lane is super favored for Lifestealer. And for Mega Bay.
Well, looks like they are going to be able to maybe turn this around. Tech Dog goes down to the Gush.
You gotta wait for your creeps. That's true.
Yeah. Infinity and Orfeo able to get a return kill here in the bottom lane after going down earlier, so.
This bottom lane is being won and lost by the lane creeps. Honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Infinity does get open wounds there.
Lost vision, he couldn't ignite. Tide's coming in.
Alright, there's the ignite, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be the end with the anchor smash. Final right click.
He's dead.
Yeah, out of XP range though, right? I think that was. No, it wasn't. He was in range.
He was in range. It's a big range. I'm really glad that he skilled Gush, by the way.
Yeah, he. Last game it was like just
last game was
0
very
2 1.
Super conservative.
But looks like red guy gonna get poison touched a little bit. Wait, poison? Okay. I know they changed poison touch. I'm not precisely sure how.
Every time you attack, it refreshes duration.
And the duration
also
is 4
it's really-
seconds regularly. Also,
It has targets based on the level. Level 1 is 2 targets. So now it has AoE.
Okay.
Get closer, get closer. I think he was dead anyway. Alive anyway.
Yeah, even with the shadow wave.
And actually, with Dazzle heal, yeah, Dazzle didn't heal. I think they could have killed. If they walked next to each other and heal, that's 200 physical damage. I think that was a missed kill.
Yeah, probably could have.
Yeah, that's a missed kill, I think.
So Dart. Whoa. The Viper dies in top line.
without Dazzle.
All right.
Lion X recognized Dazzle's not there. They go for it because Viper's out of position.
So Ferris might be picked
No,
up
it's
here.
Ogre's out of position.
Gush, however, not able to come through. Does
lost vision.
just fog right in time. Orfeo actually taking a lot of ignite damage as well.
I think they're going to stop making mistakes bottom. And whether or not they do, the nature of Lifestealer is that he's tanky. So I don't think he's going to die bottom until... I kind of can't envision a situation where he dies unless he wastes rage aggressively and then a TP rotation happens. But I think Lifestealer is going to have a great game from now on. He should trade with Tide whenever he gets close.
Yeah, especially with the AA back. But looks like maybe they're going to go for an ignite. Nope. So every lane, I mean, overall across the map, things are pretty even. Less than a 1k gold lead for either team, and it's been sort of flopping back and forth. So there is now going to be a fissure and a mana drain out on the Nyx. Follows with the, or rather responds with the poison touch. There's going to be a call into Ardain. Nothing going to happen for it.
Call was a bit premature. I think it should just trade it. And then if Viper gets closer, you probably just wait till you can call both people because it's likely that they're going to group. And if they don't group, then you're forcing them away from each other, and that's just good enough. It's inconsequential, but...
Yep. Sniper starting to get a fairly significant lasted lead here in mid lane. About 10 CS overall. Well, about 15, including the denies.
I think the Lifestealer can solo bottom now. Let's get a Bloodlust from Ogre, and then Ogre leaves. If Ogre just rotates top, that's kills for sure.
Yeah, even against the AA, I think. He has 1100 HP, 13 1 charges. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, so I don't think Lifestealer ever dies. Worst case scenario, he goes to the jungle, he opens wounds in a large creep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got salve, he's got 14 1 charges. This guy's totally fine. I think he can totally solo. I want to see Ogre get wards. He's got a ward and stash. I want to see him ward.
That was a really early grave up top.
Run top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of freedom for these supports on the side of Mega Bay for what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what they want to do is get kills bottom, apparently. No, I think EA is actually getting out. But this is good harass. You're winning the lane. This is fine. And now you're free. You got CS. Good boy. Sniper's dead, though. Is he? Oh, it's close. Get those jukes. Oh, no.
Did find it. Wait, use it. Okay. He got it. He got it.
The wrong way. Yeah. If you're SML, though, like, you need this to be happening. Because you're already losing bottom. And you're not winning mid, I feel.
So here's the call out on the Viper, followed up by the Hex. Gonna do a bit of damage, but not gonna finish him off.
Stop trading. He doesn't have call yet.
Alright, so...
I am very partisan, as it seems.
Dardane salving up there afterwards, it looks like.
I think it's just that the drafts determine who I root for. I think that's it.
Yeah. Rain needs to put his boots in his inventory.
Or does he?
Yes.
No.
There they go.
Disagree. Move speed is a blatant disadvantage.
Quite clearly.
Because then the enemy tethers to you and he has your same move speed. But if you don't have boots, then he doesn't have boots either. Playing around the enemy wisp tether.
I see. Hope actually would have killed Rain a second time here in the mid lane. There's also going to be some engagement in bottom. Orfeo
Life
just
Stealer
barely able
lost
to
the
walk
kill on
away.
AA.
Now they're going to maybe turn
held on
around.
He's got infest.
Alright, he's able to walk out.
Yo,
Orfeo
go,
now in the
infest
middle of
creep.
creeps
Go back,
there.
Go back, go back. Oh no. Yeah, Life Stealer missed that kill on AA pretty hard, I think. He
Yeah.
opened wounds, but he didn't rage. And his rage is max level, so that's 70 attack speed bonus. Also, if he was attacking faster, you could have infested one of the creeps that AA was walking next to, because the AoE is pretty big. 150 magic damage. That would definitely finish him off if he played that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, here's what I want to see. I want to see, actually, Lifestealer doesn't need to leave this fight. Never mind. That's too cheeky. I was going to say Lifestealer should like kill the next wave, back off, infest Axe. Then Lion stuns Viper from Fog. Axe calls. Lifestealer gets out to kill Viper. But Lifestealer doesn't need to leave this lane. You don't need to go for that play. It would work, but you don't need to go for it.
4 runes for Mango Bay here. And they have rotated their lane. It's going to put Orfeo up top with the Viper rather than having Nyx there on Dazzle. I don't know if that makes a difference in their lanes, though. Like, either matchup, it feels like they're just the same. Yeah?
It's not hugely consequential, I think. I think Sniper would probably be winning more easily versus Viper. If he played it incorrectly, he could still be losing just as bad, though.
No, the supports trading.
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
Supports on.
finger comes out. But now they're going to go ahead and get a taunt onto A after getting the Cull on Viper.
Mango, your ogre. Oh, no. Actually, the kill probably wasn't happening anyway. Oh, well.
Yeah, they do get the
They
kill on
had
the
2
Viper.
mangoes, the kill was happening.
Well, they
You
do
gotta
get the
bring that
kill on
second
Viper
mango.
regardless.
They never expect the second mango. Nobody plays around it.
Bottom lane looks like it's pretty stable right now. Hope is looking for Rain here in the jungle, but
See
not
the
gonna
word, though.
find him.
I think you just have to be picking different times to place your obs. And at the very least, you have to place a sentry first, for sure. I'm honestly surprised that Mango Bay had knobs.
Excuse me. Viper running very low right now. There's no finger to punish, and also no axe call just yet. So Dardane's gonna go ahead and finish off. Not axe call, but axe cull.
The Sniper can't lane middle, and at this point he can't. I want to see him rotate up. Having Assassinate versus Grave is like such a good counter.
Hmm.
And also the Shrapnel is huge. He's maxing Shrapnel, yeah. That's huge. Really useful to rotate with.
I think he at least wants to have the Morbid Mask go before he rotates.
Yeah, but that's a ways away. And like, you still have a lot of magic damage before then. I understand the thought process, but you're maxing Shrapnel, you might as well be using it. Because you're not using it to farm. You don't know this Konka's here.
Well, with
Nice
the
stun.
stun, he's not able to pull him back into the torrent, so now Kuka's gonna have a little bit of issues getting away. Does throw out the boat, is able to get onto the ogre and hold him in place long enough to make that happen, but does have to run away because he was tanking that shrapnel the whole time. Rena actually took a whole lot of damage. She took like three great cleaves from Kuka there.
It was mostly the magic damage, but it was a really nice boat because he had high ground vision and it's also nighttime, so they don't see the boat until it's much closer. It's a good turn. I think the correct play is just not to chase that Kunkka, because you don't know where the rest of his team is, and it's like, you're not going to kill him with your heroes anyway.
Mm-hmm. Blink finished on Infinity. Goes ahead and gets some Blink Ravage. They're going to go here onto Axe. He gets the call, but the call is not going to hit anybody. Now there's a Earth Spike and a Hex onto Infinity. 4 people have come to this lane, and Infinity is going to be able to crack and shell off one slow, but it's not enough to keep him alive long enough to get away.
Very nice rotation. Oh, he's got no stun. Oh, the spike! They got him.
Earth Spike out on him. Nyx is going to
Oh,
throw
you could have
out...
canceled that. Ogre didn't stun though.
AA Blast, gonna ignore for the time being. Looks like it's actually headed towards
Ice Blast is for Kunkka.
It's looking for the...
Doesn't find it. Looking for something, found nothing.
Looking for rain.
And this is the problem. Well, Kunkka's doing okay, so it's not as much of a problem.
Combo here on
It's
an
good,
Axe,
good.
but Axe does have the call. Call
got
does
bottle. It's
not
got
hit
bottle.
just yet. Oh, missed the
No, I'm looking at the wrong guy. That's my bad.
Tidebringer. Is able to get the Tidebringer out off onto the Axe before he
Great
gets the
trade,
call,
though.
but he immediately gets hexed up and held in place by the rotations from Mango Bay. Or no, Bay of Mangoes. Damn it, sorry.
Hey, it's just better. That's what they want me to say, right?
No, I think they want you to say Bay of Mangoes.
Well, fuck him. I'm saying Mango Bay.
Alright.
Okay, here's what they should do. They should pressure a lane that the enemy is not at right now. They should be like running bottom, pressuring that tower, and then they force the TP rotations, and then they TP top and take that tower. That's what they should do. They should at least be having one person pressure bottom, like always pressuring the lanes, because SML's catch is so bad. They have Kunkka, and they have Ravage. This Lifestealer doesn't die to anything, as long as he saves Rage, and it's not hard to save Rage. So Lifestealer can definitely solo push this lane bottom, and then they look for an opening somewhere else. Swiper's out of position. This call. Team's not close enough to capitalize, though. Maybe they are. Yeah, Viper's staying, so it's okay.
Yeah, they do get the
out.
AA
It's good.
blast off onto 3, but... Or at least the debuff off onto 3, but not enough damage to actually finish anybody off.
This Lifestealer pick is so solid. It's so good. How does this guy die? He doesn't die. Just save Rage defensively in this circumstance and you never die.
I mean, he dies by mistoggling Armlet, I think.
Here's how he dies. Kunkka pump fakes his spells. But if Lifestealer is running the whole time, no, he still doesn't die. It's really hard. It's really hard for him to die.
Couple of TPs down into bottom, try to force away SML, and Bay of Mangoes
should push
will
with
be
this.
successful with that.
They should push. Axe almost has Blink. Already has Hood as well. It's very nice.
Excuse me. In fact, if he takes this wave, he should have it.
Let's think about this another way. How does SML come back in this? You need Kunkka. Whatever your plan is, you need Kunkka.
Yeah.
You have Ravage, so you do something with Ravage. Probably Smoke. Go together as 5, and you respond to whatever tower they're pushing. You Ravage from Fog. You AA ults from Fog. You kill everybody. Not everybody, but you kill most people. Lifestealer hopefully gets no kills because you have Brave.
So there's the Ravage into the AA blast.
But
Gonna
they
try
don't
to
have
finish
Kunkka.
off Tech Dog.
That's the issue.
Able to get a fair amount of damage with that physical, actually. Tech Dog is
The
gonna go
Ice Blast is
down.
good, though.
So the shrapnel comes in right at half HP
The Ice
right
Blast
now.
is what they need. If they don't have Ice, like, it worked. And yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the ice blast Ravage was super.
I thought it
On
wasn't
point.
going to go as well as it did. The Ice Blast is good. I'm, like, kind of surprised that he even went Armlet. It's like,
Yeah, there was a
Just don't
lot
go-
of physical damage that came out from that Shadow Wave as well. Since that does go through Magic
I
Community.
think he had X ready. I think he messed up. But yeah, you don't go Armlet against AA, even if you're like Huskar or something. Like maybe you do against like if you're Huskar and you just wait for the Ice Blasts. But there's a lot of heroes that are like you pick for Armlet, and they AA, and you just don't pick Armlet because it's just better. Like people used to Elk Armlet, they still do sometimes, but yeah, you just don't do Armlet here. You do like SNY or something.
Rain
That's
farming
what would be
up
really good.
almost has a Dragon Scepter. Not a Dragon Scepter.
Dragon Scepter,
Dragon Lance.
Dragon Scepter.
Dude,
It's a
it's
scepter.
late, alright?
It's a
SML
scepter.
coming in, he does get ignited as well as being fire blasted, trying to catch up onto the sniper. Dardane is not going to be able to find him there. A blink forward,
Blink.
however,
Oh, keep running, good boy.
doesn't
He's
matter.
out.
He just runs and runs and runs.
Kill this Tide. This Tide's dead, my boy.
Meanwhile,
He doesn't have time for your shit. He's just gonna finger.
Axe gets taken down by Hope down here, and he's going to try and get onto Tech Dog as well. Has that armlet ready up, and he's going to be able to finish him off with the assistance of his Dazzle with that Shadow Wave.
Yeah, Shadow Wave is very relevant there. Just gotta be more careful. Just gotta run away sooner. Don't try and trade. Just keep running. Run, run, run.
Run, run,
I don't think Dasso's correct. I think there's worse items.
To the
Lifestealer. That's the one Lifestealer.
Deso. I thought you said Dazzle, and I was very
No,
confused.
no, no. I think he should just keep scaling, get stats, become a raid boss. Could even Radiance, maybe.
Maelstrom looks like it's going to be no choice for Dardane on that Viper. Arcade's finished for Dazzle. Orfeo working towards his Yules, which he almost has finished. Blink forward, but instantly got hexed for Tidehunter. Now he's going to get called as well and pulled back towards the
Drain
tower.
mana is really nice, though. It's not enough, but it's something. Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, down to half.
And now, the Lion flames in all chat because he's mad, right? Oh, he went for the... Not close enough. I'm really surprised that wasn't close enough.
What? The
Tidebringer.
Ah, okay.
Must have been just off.
I don't know. You can't see the size of it anymore, so... Really hard to tell.
Ogre needs to blow less people more.
Wait. Okay, so he has the Shadow Blade and the crit here on the Kunkka. There's going to be an Earth Spike.
Playing
out
in the
first,
Ravage.
Immediately going to get purged off. Going to have the boat coming through and the Ravage as well. That's going to be the end of the line already. Also going to be able to finish off the Axe, it looks like, with a couple more right clicks on the backside. They do also lose the Ogre to Hope. And this should be another tower, it looks like, in favor of SML.
Okay, I figured out a way that Mango Bay loses to this draft. You all stand next to the Tide Hunter with Ravage when you have no vision of anybody else.
Infinity might be pulled down here. Not gonna.
Yo, if this Lifestealer is S and Y, if he has S and Y Echo Saber, he is so much more slow. I think he just needs those items.
Yeah.
Just good. Deso isn't good if you can't hit people. People just run away from you. And if you there's a lot of ways that people don't run away from you because you just infest Axe, but I have yet to see that play.
So SML immediately smoking upon taking that tower. They're looking for the sniper kill, it looks like, but they're gonna get popped by Lion. However, they do get the X and gonna pull him back in time for the ultimate, the boat out of Hope. That will be the end of the sniper. Optimistic what you said?
Glimmer Kips.
Optimistic what you said?
I said optimistic torrent. If they go for X, they get the kill every time. It's a little bit riskier, but ultimately they still had to chase, so yeah, it's the same thing. It actually took longer that way.
Illusion. Radiant's top tower is under siege.
I guess you still go for it. Why not? But just do it better, man.
Does look like the Yules and Maelstrom are done for AA and Viper respectively. So they are able to get some items up out of it, and crit stick number, or big crit rather, is almost ready on Kunkka as well. But Armor Deso
Mango
meanwhile
Bay
is done on tech. Oh, excuse me.
What was that?
That was a hiccup.
I mean, I know, but what was it?
It was a hiccup, okay? That's how I hiccup.
It's loud.
Yep. Also, it's probably the only one for a couple hours. Blink
You gotta
forward.
cool down in your hiccup.
Quite. Blink forward by Red Bay onto Orfeo, but a Red Guy rather onto Orfeo, but he is gonna get so fucked there.
Sick Yules combo.
Silencer also dies to Hope in mid once again. Or,
Sniper.
not Silencer. Sniper.
Sniper. Sniping's a good job, mate.
Sniper, no sniping.
Swiper, no swiping.
Blade Mail coming out for Spooky Bones relatively shortly.
Mango Bay just isn't playing their draft correctly. They need to be infesting on Axe. They need to be going in fights with Sniper. Sniper's in the back line. Axe initiates on somebody. Preferably you do it on Tide, I think. So that you can
Yeah, you
hopefully
can't
burst in
purge
for
the
Ravage.
Berserker's Call, right? So
You don't purge Berserker's Call yet, it doesn't work. But the most important thing is that if he gets Shallow Grave, you still just dunk him. Maybe they don't have the burst damage for it, but you definitely don't do it by being out of position.
there's
like
the blink
this.
forward here on the Kunkka, but the blink by Infinity into the Ravage hits on 3. 2 gonna die instantly, including the Axe, so they really need to initiate these fights.
Yeah, they're just not playing this draft correctly. I don't think Lifestealer has infested any teammate a single time. Like, he doesn't infest anybody except Axe. I agree with that, but he hasn't infested Axe.
Radiant's middle tower is being
Like,
attacked.
that's a huge component of your draft that you're just completely neglecting.
Blink
Nice
forward
coordination.
and finger, as well as the assassinate, able to kill off the Kunkka right away, and Infinity probably is going to die, yep, to the tower shot. Nyx, however, is able to finish off the tower before she goes down, almost definitely going down here, however, yeah.
Let's get
Just a
started.
question of who, but did finish off the tower.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
this
the
call is juicy. Oh, I missed
top
it. He
tower
didn't go for
actually
the
went
call
as
next to
well.
the creeps.
Nah, but he
He
did get the
missed the huge
call
call.
onto him eventually, back in the backside. Dardane is going to go down there.
Oh, that was so close.
Just barely missed on the AA blast for Spooky Bones. That was close.
That could have been a lot better, because Viper was walking next to his creep wave. I was walking down.
Mm-hmm.
If Axe was just a little bit faster, that would have been so much faster. He wouldn't have taken nearly as much damage either. Sniper going for the runes because everybody's dead. If Kunkka TP'd there, he would have been in trouble, but it's okay. A lot of farm bottom.
Does have the big crit finish. Looks like he's going to get a silver edge before going back for any more damage items.
He needs to finish Pike. I think he needs something defensive. Dragonlance is not defensive enough. Shadowblade is not defensive enough. I think he needs Hood and finishing Pike.
Yeah, Pike would be good for sure. Like I always
They
like Pike on
also,
Sniper.
yeah, for sure. I would love to see Glimmer Capes on their supports. They have mech at least. That's good. And now that they have this item, they should. And also, Ravage was used recently. I mean, it's going to be up soon, but like their philosophy should be every time Ravage is used, they should try as soon as possible to smoke together, infest Axe, look for kills, at the very least get wards, get information on the map. Because you can roach quickly if you know where people are and they're not there. Just smoking
So,
and roach.
Texdog was looking for an S and Y after his armlet deso, but now it looks like he's changed his mind, going to go for a Radiance instead.
I think it's valid. It's a lot of damage.
I do also have the Hurricane Pike finished up on Dardane
Nice
for the side of SML. Nice what?
Nice quelling
Ah,
on the sentry.
yeah.
You're going for Roche. Radiant has vision of this.
Yeah, this was completely
Please
spotted.
go fight this.
Yeah, they're moving towards it right now.
Oh, Axe is no TP. I think they can still get there in time. It's not that fast. They have sentry.
Yep, with the
This is
sentry, that's
bad.
going to
This
be
is really
Ice
dangerous.
Blast, misses everything. However, there's going to be a double Ravage, or triple Ravage actually coming out, and immediately going to be able to take down two. Call, however, comes forward. Going to try to get some spins. The break comes in from Viper, and that's going to be no spins to be had there. Boat comes out, hits on Spooky Bones, and with the crit, that does so much damage on the Kunkka. And now the only hero alive is the Lifestealer, who was stunned up, rather X'd up, is not able to get the Rage off cooldown in time and ends up going down. So that's going to be a 5 for nil?
That's
No buybacks, right? Yeah, 5 for nil in favor of SML. That's rather impressive, given...
This might seem like embellishing, and maybe it is, but I think that team fight was lost entirely because Axe didn't have TP. He was so late. Like, he couldn't get there any faster. He didn't have TP. He was blinking as fast as he could, but it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Once they have BKBs, though, on, like, Axe Sniper, this draft is not as scary, for sure.
Yeah, definitely a lot harder to pick anybody off at that point. So, Roshan and First Aegis are, after all of that, going to eventually go the way of SML. Although, looks like Mangoes are looking for a smoke forward. Not going to get there in time, though. Not even
It's questionable smoke, since you don't even have Axe with you. Maybe just hastily done, not communicated entirely.
Yeah, Axe nearly finished with his Blade Mail as well. That's going to be a big pickup for them. And interestingly, Ogre's gone for a Mechanism as like
Yeah, you already had
first
it.
item. And I feel like I've seen more Mechanism in the last week than I have in the last like year before that.
I don't see mechanisms. Like I almost never see mechanisms.
Well, we saw 2 in this series, then we also saw it
Like
like
I've seen
4
them here,
times at.
but like I don't see them in my pubs. Is what I mean.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
also saw it 4 times at TI.
Mech needs a buff, man.
It does, but back when mech was a thing, like
Why is it
everybody
not
had
built?
to get it.
It's not built because the supports have to get it, and the offlaners who get it don't exist in the meta.
Mm.
Like we see a Tide right now, but you know, like he builds it, but he's not meta.
Yeah. Definitely not a hero that I would expect to see very often right now. Maybe the post TI patch that'll come and even some of that stuff out. The mech at TI actually, the few games it was picked up, it felt like it was pretty effective. Because it was picked up basically to counter a Chen.
That's weird. It's a weird counter. I feel like Glimmer Cape just counters.
So like during team fights, Chen would have the Hand of God and you would have the mech. So it counters that aspect of him. That's how it was being used, at least. Because I think I don't think it was ever picked up except when they were playing against Chen.
It's weird. I mean, I kind of get it, but I don't know. I think counter is still a strong word. I think it's just like good sometimes.
So 5-man smoke from Bay, but it's spotted out. Wait, no, it's not spotted.
No, it's not spotted. It's
Who
not spotted.
pinged?
The team pinged. They
I
pinged that
guess
they're gonna
Mango
stop.
Bay pinged. All right. So Smoke's gonna pop on the invis right now, but oh, aggressive from Hope. He actually tries to go for the. Oh, actually doesn't matter. He cast the boat late enough. He's gonna get the crit. That's gonna be the end of the line. Now there's an ignite, and oh my God, these crits! Dardane even lives out of this. Hope is actually just doing so much work right now.
Every single fight Mango Bay takes, they do completely incorrectly. Sniper and Lion broke smoke on Kunkka. Kunkka was alone, but like, I won't delve into that too much. It's kind of just unfortunate circumstance. But Axe and Lifestealer are like, they're going on the back line, but
Yeah, they went around
they're
this way,
going on
right?
paper. They're going on like the second tanky, like one of the tanky heroes. I don't know. Like the first thing they need to be doing is they need to be trying not to fight because they're in a circumstance where that's where they're losing, and the enemy team's draft is only good when the team fighting. They don't gank well at all. If you just pick people off when they're alone, if you have deep boards and you can tell, here's the thing: you can't get them in a situation where they're alone unless you split push. So you have to split push, and the only person who can split push is Lifestealer. Sniper can do it too if he has help, but like they don't gank well.
Or if he has a blink dagger, but he doesn't.
He doesn't need a blink. I mean, he already has Shadow Blade. Like,
I guess that's true. Finger out onto Infinity. Not have to kill him right off, but eventually he will go down. Aya Blast comes and hits onto 3. Axe actually looking for a call onto Hope, and he is able to get that.
Lose both lives.
Yep, able to get onto the sniper with the
finish
boat
him.
there. He's still alive for the time being.
Oh no! Oh, but you're running.
Damn. Hope actually just gonna be able to run away with like losing the rum buff as well. Like he has no HP the whole time.
This game does look pretty grim from Mango Bay, but honestly, it's super winnable. Super winnable.
Mm-hmm. Did he just deny that? Oh no, he picked it up. Alright, I'm just blind. I didn't see that. So Hope's gonna have to go back to base, it looks like. Although his Aegis should be expiring. Yeah, his Aegis expires in 30 seconds, so he could just stay out here and wait for the regen. Maelstrom now finished for Sniper. Rain gonna go ahead and pick that up.
This is off topic. Every like 15 minutes, I have the sudden thought of, oh yeah, I can all chat, and then the immediate thought of, I probably shouldn't. Like, oh yeah, oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mostly having thoughts of sleep, honestly. Aegis will expire in 2 seconds. And there it goes. Huh, interesting. Aegis did not expire for an extra 4 seconds after the Roshan may respawn in 3 minutes happened. So there's something weird about those timers there.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Maybe it's just a UI bug.
Perhaps.
But
It's far away in terms of net worth.
yeah, he's done a pretty damn good job. Like
To be fair, it's very difficult for him to fall behind, just due to the nature of his kit.
Yeah, but
The
being
fact
on
that they're
top is like still that
I want to
extra
see him
little
get
thing.
X.
He
already,
used
like-
the DD now, so let's see if they're able to catch anybody. There's no smoke to be
This is
used.
premature. Maybe no. I don't think it popped.
No, there wasn't any smoke to be used. There's so
No, I mean,
much
I
vision.
was wondering if the rune popped on itself because it was long enough, but I don't think it was long enough that it automatically popped. So I think he used it anyway.
They just walked right through the sword in order to get there.
Doesn't matter because they're not willing to fight. They're not playing this game correctly. They can win this team fight, but it's harder to win this way at this point in the game.
So Hope pulling the axe back for at least for a short while. There's going to be the break on the ground as well, and then another toxin. But now we're going to see the infest. So Axe is going to look for a blink play. Let's see where he's going to look for it. Just keeping the waves pushed out for the time being, using that shrapple, using that maelstrom. There's no hook or anything, and they don't have the greatest ability to close on to you at this point on the high ground without giving stuff up, so...
I'm honestly surprised that they backed off that easy. It's like Sniper's annoying, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't have the Aegis right now. They felt a little free.
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, if I'm Mango, like, I don't want you guys to push. And they didn't.
Yeah, that's entirely fair.
Okay, now they need to smoke immediately, I think. And they need to pick off somebody that they see.
They
Preferably a quad.
being Bay of Mangoes or
Yes.
SML? Okay.
SML's too split to make that kind of play. And they're also, their draft isn't good for that.
Well,
They
Bay
can
of
still
Mangoes,
do it, but-
they're starting to group up together, but they're not going to have the axe if they go now.
At the very least, they need to smoke to place deeper wards because it's the best time to do it. Especially since you don't know where the enemy wards are, and you just dewarded your base. So if you smoke in your base and then run and place wards, it's very likely that you don't get spotted. Worst case scenario, you get deep vision, and that allows you to make plays later on in the game. It allows your Axe and Lifestealer to rat and split push, which is exactly what they need to be doing coming back in this game, getting farm for their heroes. Because this Axe needs BKB as soon as possible. If they have BKB, then fights are much more manageable. I'm really hoping that he changes his mind on the spots. I don't think he's going to, though.
Alright, looks like SML decided they want to start trying to push bottom once again. And Rain probably just gonna do the same thing he's been doing, just trap into the wave, hit it from the high ground, from really far back on the high ground, and call it good.
I don't like that Tide is alone right now. I think this is just blatantly not correct.
What is he building? Or what is he working towards? Working towards his Shivas. Does almost have that. Should have it after, not this camp, but the next one.
Okay, I'll say this. Either it's incorrect for Tide to be there, or it's incorrect for everybody else in SML to be together, right there. Because you're either sieging inefficiently, or you're farming inefficiently. But whatever you're doing it poorly. So, somebody's making a mistake.
Looks
Also,
like,
that's really far.
yeah,
that's way too
well,
far.
he's okay for the time being because nobody punished it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they
he's
should
going to go
punish
ahead
that,
and
though.
get the Blink Dagger for his next item, looking to be able to maybe get some Blink crit plays and X himself back.
I think what Mega Bay should do at the very least is they should place wards right outside of their base, so they have much clearer vision of what's happening.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful.
Because like if you see Dazzle running up, it's much easier to decide, okay, this is a good play, let's go on this. But if you just see it like on the edge, so Viper is heart finished.
That is one tanky Viper. And he's getting a Blade Mail afterwards. That's a little strange.
I kind of get it, but I don't think he needs it. Because like in some ways he has anti-synergy. Because like if he has Blade Mail, he wants to be hit by Lifestealer or whatever, but he has Hurricane Pike, and so he kind of wants to. Oh, they're going on this guy. I like this.
Yep, there's going to be the Hex forward. Not going to get the call just yet. The Aya Blast going to commit, hit onto 2, and the finger was used onto Dardame, but it did not do as much as you might expect with between the between the magic damage barrier and the just general corrosive skin resistance, and now Tech Dog's gonna go down as well. And where I didn't see where Spooky Bones died, but 4 buybacks coming in. Let's try and wait for a little bit. There's gonna be the call here out onto Viper. He's gonna be taunted for a while, but is able to stay in place for the time being. Has the shrapnel on top of him, but then throwing out the break into the middle of the enemy, or into the middle of the lane. Gonna be able to get Ferocious on that Ogre finished off. Looks like now they're gonna start trying to go onto rain. Blink forward. Where was Axe? That is a dieback on Axe. Ends up dying to the Ice Blast, and now almost have the Life Stealer. He's not quite going to go down in time. He will, in fact, go down to a final right click from Dardane, it looks like. Now he's going to go try to get forward onto Red Guy, but now he's going to back off as soon as he recognizes that's not going to happen. Now it's time to push these buildings. Probably.
Kunkka should buy back. Should be a buyback from Kunkka. It should have happened immediately.
JBOTs?
I think it's...
He does
like,
not.
It's not correct for him to be dead right now. You know what I mean, though. Like, I'm not saying, like, you're dead, that's dumb, you're bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, they could have at least gotten 2 racks, I think. I mean...
At least
And again, this is the aspect of their draft kind of rearing its ugly head. Because then, like, you have to deal with Sniper, you have to catch Sniper. Axe is dead, Lifestealer is dead, you can do it. You got Dazzle, you got AA. You can do it. Yeah, I think they should just swap back. I feel like in every circumstance.
Whoa.
What?
Lion bought a Kaya.
Interesting.
I mean, it's damage, but I feel like you want a 4-staff for.
You want Glimmer, okay?
Yeah, Glimmer, or just some
mana
Glimmer,
or
support
that's how
item.
people are dying. People are dying to Ice Blast and Viper.
Yeah.
This is not good. It's not good, but it's not good in a way that's also not interesting. And I would rather talk about the fact that every play Mango Bay makes, most of the time they're not making the correct play, but sometimes when they do, no matter what they do, they always execute it incorrectly. So like, it always looks so much worse than it has to look. So they have so much opportunity in this game, even now, because their opponents did not capitalize on the time that Lifestealer was dead with buyback wasted. They could be down 1 or 2 racks right now, and then the opponents could be set. Like, they just get the racks, then the opponent backs off a Roche. Worst case scenario, you buy back, realize, or feel like you can't siege high ground, then you just take Roche, and they're not going to contest because they have no Axe Lifestealer. So then you get Roche for free. But now you've waited for everybody to respawn, and now they can contest Roche.
And it looks
Will
like
they win the fight?
maybe even
not, but that's just because they're not playing very well, in my opinion.
Yep, no smoke for this, but definitely they want to try to get into that Roche pit. Only down by about a 5th so far. And actually, do Bay of Mangoes not know this is going on?
They're not coming. They have a ward. They know what's happening.
Oh my god, 4 crits in a row from Hope, able to chunk down Roche on there in the end. Does have now a Crystallis on top of his double Daedalus.
Why?
For that 100% crit chance, dude.
That's too much crit, my dog.
100% crit chance, dude.
That's too much crit.
100%.
It's too much. Get a Blink Dagger, get a Lincoln's, get a Heart.
He was getting a Blink Dagger, dude. Oh no, he didn't get it.
Yeah,
He
didn't
canceled
get it.
his Blink Dagger.
Just get a Blink Dagger, it's so good. It's like your pseudo-initiation. You just killed 2 people, you kill the supports. That's initiation. Go for it, man.
He does have DD. It looks like he's gonna go to top, in fact.
He messed up.
Oh, he's going on to Red Guy.
Oh, he didn't win
There it is. Oh, and the call misses. They are gonna infest out. Ravage comes out, does hit onto several. But now Hope going forward onto Tech Dog, and he just chunks him down. Orfeo actually goes ahead and gets that final kill due to a tick on the AA Blast. And uphill, Dardane's going to finish off Spooky Bones. And now this finally will be a Rax. I'm literally like falling asleep in my chair right now, so I'm fingers crossed it's like 2 Rax.
This is game. Yeah, this is game.
All right, X back out onto Rain, and Rain's gonna end up
That's
going
good.
down. Yeah, just needs to actually be executed here. SNL need to finish. All right, GG is called. So SML, they're good to go. Moving on to the next stage. They do win 2, and that's gonna be victory in the favor of Semper Magis Legion.
I still stand by the fact that SML's draft was bad, and that Mango Bay had a much better draft.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why SML won the game and Mango Bay lost is because Mango Bay never took any of the opportunities they had. They never had any plans. They were on the back foot whenever they didn't need to be. They could be making plays, they could be split pushing. There are so many ways they could have come back into this game, and they just chose none of them. They thought to themselves, hey, we have a sniper. We'll just pretend like this is every pub sniper game that we lose to, where the sniper holds high ground and then you can't beat him. That's not how this game works. That's not how this draft works. You can split push because their catch is bad. You split push 2 lanes, Axis in 1 lane, Lifestealer is in the other. If one of them dies, the other keeps pushing. And you always have that space. So worst case scenario, you're still split pushing. You're still splitting the opponents around the map, so you have space to farm. You're pushing out the lanes. You're giving your supports opportunities to ward because the opponent is ganking people. Like, they just played it so bad. They played it so bad, man. This was their game to lose, and they lost it because they played like shit.
I don't think it
The
was
draft
that
was
bad.
much better.
They did have a good draft.
Their draft was so good. Like, maybe the Lion was bad, or maybe the Ogre was bad. Maybe you swap one of them, but other than that, it was a good draft.
Yeah, I like Lion as a hero, but I lose as him a lot recently, even though I feel like I probably had a pretty even or positive win rate a couple months ago, so.
Man, they played it bad.
Alright, well, I gotta get some sleep. GG, well played to both teams. Congratulations to SML moving forward in the bracket. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Knifefan, twitch.tv/Knifefan. This has been Sorry, also at twitch.tv/Knifefan, because Sorry doesn't have a Twitch yet, I think, right?
Nah, it's not happening for a while. I need a new PC first.
GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time.